the FCA are back on the full offensive, and this time they have their eyes set on the banks. In this video, I'm going to go over the FCA's plans to reform the overdraft fees that a bank can charge. Let's get straight into it. Hi guys, it's Any, aka the Knock Trader, your friendly neighborhood swing trader, back again with another video. Remember to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that alert button to get alerts on all my latest videos. I've got Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at the Knock Trader on all social media platforms. And if you check the description section below, there's a link to my mailing list. If you join my mailing list, you'll get priority access to my free training course I'm creating for all my subscribers of my mailing list. On how to trade, and you also get weekly emails on the latest videos that I have, and a spreadsheet that gives a breakdown of my trades that I enter and exit. So in this video, this video is the third video in the series. I don't know how many more I'm going to do, but there's always some new news coming on about the FCA. If you want to check out my other two videos, I've got a video on the FCA versus the Forex lifestyle scammers, and the FCA versus Neil Woodford's investment fund. So check those two videos out as well. Today I'm going over the FCA versus the banks and their overdraft fees. So let's get straight into it. Well, in this article, was released a couple of weeks ago. Well, it depends on when you're watching this, but it's released in June 2019, and it says the FCA confirmed biggest shake-up to overdraft market for a generation. Now, if you're from the UK, I'm sure you all know about overdraft fees. So that means if you go further into your overdraft than your pre-designated overdraft limit, you get charged a fee. Sometimes it's £5 a day. I think for my bank it's £5 a day. So every day I'm over that overdraft limit, I have to pay £5 a day. But with this new regulation, it says that FCA has announced a proposal to fundamentally reform the way banks charge for overdrafts and extend protections for other high-cost credit products. So they're regulating this down so that you won't be charged as much as £5 a day like you currently are, or even more for going over your overdraft fee, which is a good thing for consumers. So let me just read a little bit of this. In 2017, firms made over $2.4 billion from overdrafts alone, with about 30% from unarranged overdrafts. As I was just saying, unarranged overdrafts is when you go further into your overdraft limit than is pre-arranged by your overdraft limit. So if your overdraft limit is £2,000 and you go to 2010, for every day you're beyond that limit, you will get charged. So yeah, as I was saying, more than 50% of banks' unarranged overdraft fees come from 1.5% of customers in 2016. People living in deprived areas are more likely to be impacted by these fees. In some cases, unarranged overdraft fees can be more than 10% as high as fees from payday loans. So what they're trying to say here is that these overdraft fees are really kind of pretty much like a tax on the poor, because most of the people that are likely to go into these overdraft fees are people that are not in the best financial situation, which is probably the people at the lowest end of the social spectrum with regards to how much money they have and their financial situation. So it doesn't make sense to put them further into debt by charging them a ridiculous rate for being an overdraft, when financial problems are the reason why they're in this position in the first place. You're just exacerbating the issue. So I think they've started to realize that, and they realize they're not helping anyone by charging high fees to people that are already in serious debt, which I think is a really good thing. So to address this, the FCA is proposing to follow some radical changes to the overdraft market. So they're going to ensure the price. They're going to ensure the price for each overdraft will be simple, single interest rate, no fixed daily or monthly charges, which is good. So it'll be a simple rate that's easy to understand, and this is a good thing. But however, now remember, this channel is a trading channel. So what does this have to do with trading? Well, the banks, as you can see, as I've said earlier, the banks made 2.4 billion from this charge in 2017. So this is a decent amount of profit they're making from these overdraft fees. So I feel like this is going to have a knock-on effect to their profitability. It may not be a big chunk of their profitability, but either way they're going to have to try and find a way of making up for this loss in income if they have to reduce the charges that they're allowed to charge to these customers. And the banks are already in a dire situation with the current climate. There's low interest rates. I've actually covered this in further depth in my Is It Time to Buy British Stocks, where I talk about the banking sector and how low interest rates have meant that they're not as profitable as they used to be. So they're trying to find new and imaginative ways of making profit in this in the current climate. It's really hard for them to really give the type of profits that their investors want for them to grow their share price. And this kind of exacerbates the problem when they're being regulated in such a way that will reduce profit margins in the area that they normally make a decent amount of profit. So banks' earnings can be maybe under pressure, because it's a lucrative revenue stream. And for me, this is more the reason why investing in banks may not be the greatest thing to do right now. Actually, in my current state, I'm looking at shorting on quite a few banks at the moment. So I just thought I'd feed that back into investing and trading, because that's what this channel's about. Yeah, so that's just my video on the FCA versus the banks and their overdraft fees. It's Any, aka the Not Trader, signing out.